This video is sponsored by Wings Store, the easiest, fastest, and most affordable way to top up safely from anywhere. With Wings Store, you get the best prices, full support for all payment methods, and you earn Wings points with every purchase. You can even redeem those points for free top-ups later on. And right now, there's a special giveaway happening. Top up 300 gold or more between July 12th and July 31st. Fill out the form in the description, and you'll be entered to win a brand new INFINIX smartphone. Every 300 gold equals 1 entry, so the more you top up, the better your chances. Don't miss this opportunity. Links will be in the description and pinned comment. Your aim will never get better. And I'm not saying that to be mean, I'm being honest with you. But we're gonna fix that in this video. I'm about to share everything I've learned that helped me get really solid aim, and I believe it'll help you too. I'm talking motion PvP, flicks, crosshair placement, pre-firing, and a bunch of small tricks that nobody tells you. Stuff you've never even heard of. Let's start with crosshair placement. Yeah, you've probably heard this tip over and over again. Keep your crosshair at head level or aim at chest level, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, that advice isn't really teaching you anything. It's AI sounding tips, nothing deep. I made that mistake too. Watched a bunch of tutorials that told me what to do, but not how to actually use it. Let me explain how to actually use crosshair placement. You don't need to always keep it centered or at head level. Even pros look down sometimes. They adjust based on the fight, the movement, or the enemy's position. So here's how I do it. I use footsteps. Footsteps in Bloodstrike are insanely important for crosshair placement. Most players ignore them, but when I hear or see them at the top of my screen, I already start predicting where the enemy is. And if I know where they are, then boom, my crosshair's already where it needs to be. And listen, recognizing enemies matters too. Some characters are harder to spot, but if you train yourself to look for a shape, glow, or detail that stands out, you'll start seeing them quicker. When you combine that with footstep prediction, you barely need to adjust your aim. It becomes automatic. Now let's move to pre-firing. If you do what I just explained, tracking footsteps, knowing where the enemy is, pre-firing becomes easy. You're not guessing, you're expecting. You shoot before they even show up because you already know where they're about to peek from. You ever wonder how pros flick behind themselves mid-fight and kill the second guy instantly? It's because they saw him already. While they're fighting one player, their peripheral vision is catching those footsteps of the next guy. So they finish one and instantly flick to the other and pre-fire. That's how they wipe out entire squads so smoothly. Awareness, prediction, and crosshair control. Speaking of flicks, that's the next piece. Flicks are what make everything else work together. Without flicking, your pre-fire and crosshair placement are gonna feel slow. And in a game like Bloodstrike, where first shots matter most, every little flick can win or lose a fight. To get good at flicks, you need to start slow. Go to training grounds and flick from bot to bot. Don't rush. The key is to move slow enough that you see exactly what you're doing. Once you understand the motion, then you can speed it up. Another way is using aim trainers. Aim Lab, Aim Champ, whatever works on your device. Just match your Bloodstrike sensitivity and keep grinding. You'll feel the improvement in-game, guaranteed. Now on to tracking. Tracking is the part that helps you during movement fights, what I call motion PvP. You can't win those if you can't follow a moving target. Start by tracking bots that move in training grounds, then use aim training apps with proper tracking drills. It's way more effective because that's what they're built for. When you can track smoothly, you're ready for motion PvP. Motion PvP is where most players completely fall apart. You can't land shots, the screen gets chaotic, and it all falls apart. I used to have that problem bad. What fixed it for me was training with a pro, someone who moves fast and pushes like in real matches. When you 1v1 people like that over and over, your muscle memory starts adapting. You learn how to react without thinking. Your flicks and tracking combine. If you add in map knowledge and game sense, now we're talking about real prediction, not random guessing, real awareness. That's what makes someone a pro. But here's the thing, even with all that, if your loadout sucks, it won't matter. That's why in the next episode, I'll break down the best loadouts and builds for both Battle Royale and Squad Fight, so you can actually finish the job once your aim's on point. Before we go, let me give you one extra tip. Thumb placement. try putting your thumb closer to your crosshair, not far off on the edge of the screen. That tiny change gives you way more control when aiming or tracking. Try it out and tell me you don't feel the difference. And hey, if this video hits 500 likes, which I doubt, but who knows, I'll hit up some of the scariest players in Bloodstrike and ask them to share their secrets. And I'll put it all into a video just for you. So if you learned something or you want to become that kind of player, like, comment, subscribe. Episode 3 is going to hit even harder. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Double kill!
Wicked sick!
Triple kill!
Wicked sick! Wicked sick!安全